Gentlelady is recognized for 3 minutes.
Well, the reputation of our committee is the most bipartisan committee in the Congress, and I think we have shown it with this bill. I can't thank my partners enough. Ms. Graves, you just heard from, Chairman Schuster, my good friend, Mr. DeFazio, who is the ranking member, and of course the staff for the countless hours, including missing Thanksgiving. But I particularly thank the members because this bill needed compromises on both sides if we were going to get it done this year. And that's what we have done. This bill was improved in conference in many ways. If you were in the states, you will say the most important way is that you expanded the funding. There was a trade-off, of course, because it's now a 5-year rather than a 6-year bill. And when we needed the longest-term bill we could get. But it does mean almost $13 billion more annually in funding for the states, and they were so starved for funds that I believe that this 5-year trade-off was most important for us. The reason I've come with this chart is not to show you something about my own district, but because this chart is emblematic of what this bill will do for your district and for districts all over the United States. I chose it because one of my projects, major projects, is the H Street Bridge. Well, I didn't just choose a bridge. I chose a bridge with intermodality at its vortex. And this is a bridge that runs over Union Station. And all you have to do is look at it, and you will see the trains, and there's freight in this bill, major freight. You will see Amtrak. Across this bill runs intercity buses, local buses, streetcars. You see how transit is the key to everything. So if you don't get the transit done, if you don't get the infrastructure done for our bill, then other infrastructure which depends on it will not occur. I mean, they're trying to expand Union Station. Well, this bridge has to be done if they're considering doing this. They're going to expand the concourse. This bridge has to be done if you're going to do it. This bill will allow the improvements in the Northeast Corridor, which was so important to so many members. So in a real sense, this bridge and this poster tells the story of this bill. There were so many of my major priorities in this bill. I'd just like to say something about a couple. One is the way we're trying now to get a hold of the Highway Trust Fund in name only, the $15 to $20 million that will allow experimentation in the states, and they're the only ones that are doing it, is going to be absolutely necessary before the next long-term bill. We didn't have anything of the kind in MAP 21. Look what we had to do instead. We took money from the Federal Reserve for the first time in history, from the Strategic Oil Reserves. That is the cutest one, because it's worth less than what we used it as an offset. We got to face down this Highway Trust Fund, and that's why my major priority was this. Could I have another minute?
30 seconds.
Finally, I want to say I'm very pleased that we worked together to get the disadvantaged business enterprises done, and there is funding in this bill for a very important issue in our country for grants to address racial profiling. Yield back.
Gentlelady yields back. Gentleman from Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Mr.